Welcome to our session on smooth transitions, where we plan to discuss the transfer process in terms of transfer planning and advising, transfer majors, and exploring the four-year institution of your choice. We'll also talk about the ways in which our career services departments can assist in the process. Those departments are set up not only to support a transition to another institution, but may also support a transition directly into your career field. So there will be information regarding those transitions as well as the resources and job postings available to you. Finally, we will end with our registrar's office. This is where the magic happens. The registrar's office is equipped with all the tools necessary for any transition process. The registrar will talk about residency status, the graduation application, and transcript requests. You will certainly need a graduation application to confirm completion of your program, and you'll definitely need a final transcript to go to the four-year institution you've chosen. And in some cases, an employer may request that transcript. Let's get started. My name is Brandy Post, and I serve as the transfer advisor for our college district. While you have an assigned advisor, I am also available to discuss the transfer process and support you along the way. If one advisor is good, two are even better. When we talk about the transfer planning and advising process, there's three things that we'd love for you to take away from that. First, we'd like for you to declare a major as soon as possible. Declaring a major early gives both you and your advisor an opportunity to identify the best possible course selections as you move through the advising and registration process. This will also ensure that you're maximizing the number of transferable credits from Eastern Iowa community colleges to the four-year institution that you've chosen. Your advisor has the resources to identify which courses transfer best for your particular major. When we talk about transfer students transferring from our colleges to a four-year institution, that's typically going to be found in an associate in arts or an associate in science. So when you look at your program major, you'll definitely want to see that major followed by an AA or an AA or an AS. This will serve as an indicator that you are transferring and that you'll take most of the general education requirements for the transfer process. We'd also like you to identify the four-year institution you're transferring to for best outcomes. Once you identify the institution of your choice, it gives us the best opportunity to translate courses across institutions. Again, to maximize the number of transferable credits from Eastern Iowa community colleges to that specific institution. And then we'd also like you to utilize the four-year institution's transfer tools. By utilizing the four-year institution's transfer tools, not only do you become active in the advising process, you gain tons of knowledge about the institution you're transferring to. You also become familiar with the next phase of advising that happens at your four-year institution. When I refer to the four-year institution's transfer tools, here's an example at UNI. At UNI, they call it transfer planning. And if you'll take a look at the screen, it's simply identifying yourself as a transfer student, entering the transfer courses that you are taking at Eastern Iowa community colleges, putting in your major at UNI, and then the transfer plan, it will give you a summary, letting you know if what you're taking at Eastern Iowa will transfer over the way you need it to at the four-year institution. At Iowa State, it's called Transit. At University of Iowa, they have a different platform, but they also use Transferology. These are great tools. If ever you want to familiarize yourself with those tools, I'm always available for one-on-ones to do so. I will put my contact information in the chat before the session is over today. The last thing I'd like you to take a look at is our transfer information on the Eastern Iowa Community College website. If you go to the main page and go under future students, there's a transfer information page. On this page, you'll find different transfer agreements and guides that we have, articulation agreements that we've sorted out with other institutions. There's even some unique information regarding transfer specifically in Iowa to one of our regent schools, University of Iowa, Iowa State, or University of Northern Iowa. Take some time to familiarize yourself with this page. If you have questions, again, I'm always available for one-on-ones. And then the last thing I want to leave you with are three things. Utilize your advisors, both at Eastern Iowa Community College and the institution you've chosen to transfer to. Be patient, Transition periods are always a challenge at first, but soon you'll wonder what you were even worried about. And then finally, a lot of the institutions have transfer days. If you're able to attend those days or any type of orientation, that is also going to help maximize the amount of resources that you become familiar with. All right, and now I will turn it over to Becky for Career Services.
Hi, my name is Becky Vargas, and I work in Career Services at the Muscatine campus. What are some of the services that you can find with the career resources? Where are the services? Where can you find them? Do you want to go and click? Yeah. Our services are listed on the EICC Connect website. It's underneath future students, and underneath there, what other resources that are available? One of the things that is mostly used is if you're undecided and don't have your major picked to meet with Brandy, then you can do the career exploration and career assessments. We recommend that you do, these are the 5 that we recommend. Career coach goes through your personality, but then will allow you to kind of do some more career choices and careers in your area. Whereas the 16 personalities kind of more just as a personality check and kind of talks about careers, but not necessary in your area. So if you need some help with assessments or need a computer, you can always stop on the campus and utilize our computers. After you've taken the assessment, we recommend that you meet with the career advisor. There's one at each campus. I'm at the Muscatine campus. And then where can you find, where can you find current job postings? Once you click on our website, you can find your current job postings in College Central Network. On the College Central Network, to access these postings, you have to create an account. As soon as you click on it, it has a sign up. And if you need any help with it, and then pre-register. We've also sent you emails, so you might want to check your EICC Connect email, because you might have an email in there activating your College Central Network. And then once you created an account, this is a great way to start your first resume. If you look on the left-hand corner, it says my resumes, and you can go through and put in your job descriptions, your past experiences, and it will create a template for you to use. Some people don't like to use templates, but for me, it's like an easy way to format and just a quick resume that you can use. There's also job searching. You can search by job by your schools. You can search locally and internationally, and you can also search internships. Also on this account, you can sign up for get an app that'll help you always stay on top of local job listings. There's also one sheet of paper that kind of gives you tips. So it'll be a tip on what's a cover letter, how to write a cover letter, how to format your resume, and what's the function of a resume. It kind of talks about what are the different types of resumes you need. And then there's interviews, how to go in and land an interview. And there's job searching, how to network. And each of these are resources you can use. There's also some podcasts that you can listen to on this website and some YouTube videos. And then I just ask, what kind of resources are you going to use, and to invite you to our career services on our campuses. We are there to proofread cover letters, resumes. We can help with job searches. And like I said, we have computers available to you and printers. All right, next up.
Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Mardell. I'm the registrar at Clinton Community College, coming to you for all 3 campuses. My counterpart at Scott Community College is Jessica Smart, and at Muscatine, it's Robin Mitchell. So all of us work together in conjunction. So all the sites that we use are the same site. And what I'm going to do is take you to the registrar site out on your EIC Connect portal. And okay, I went a couple too soon. One of the things that we have students coming that may have been out of state and now they're in-state students. So one of the connections is you do need to fill out forms to get in-state residencies. So out there, and I don't know how, I apologize, go backwards. There's a form of residency status. There's a form that you complete, but you also need to submit 3 forms of documentation. One, which is from column A, has to be either rent receipts or evidence of current real estate ownership in Iowa. And then 2 from column B. Oftentimes we have students submitting bills, electric bills, phone bills, things like that. That will not suffice. It needs to be one of the 2 of the items in column B. The other thing to be aware of that you cannot have moved to in-state because of education. It has because you are establishing Iowa as your domicile, your place of living. How to submit a graduation application on the registrar's office resource page. If you notice in the upper right over on form links, there's 3 different options for Clinton, Muscatine, or Scott Community College. As Brandy mentioned earlier, you've spoken with your advisor, you've done your career plan, you're ready to graduate. So now you have to fill out that form. So if you click on the appropriate form and submit that to the registrar's office, you'll receive an email or a mail letter in the mail indicating we received it, what your status is as far as your graduation application. Then you're going to want to have your transcript sent. So how do you do that? We just don't know that you're going to go to ABC University or wherever. You need to request that transcript. Transcripts are processed by the National Clearinghouse. All you need to do is click on request a transcript. I would encourage you to know what your student ID is. Your student ID, if you don't know, is always located in the upper right-hand corner of your EIC Connect portal. That'll be on there. Sometimes people put their social security numbers in. We do not have everybody's social security number on file. However, we do have your student ID number. There is also a nominal charge to have your transcript sent. So I would have a debit or credit card available when you're doing that. The other thing I would encourage you to do is to have your transcripts sent electronically. If you send your transcripts electronically, they'll be at that other location within the next 30 minutes. There is also coming to the end of the semester, students are wanting to have it with their grades sent, or maybe you're wanting to have it with your degree loaded. Please make sure you're going out to your self-service on EIC Connect and checking that your grades are loaded into your permanent record. You may see that your grade is in Canvas. Just because it is in Canvas does not mean that it's on your permanent records yet. So make sure that it is on your permanent records. There are 3 options for you to process your transcript. One would be current transcript. That will include all of your coursework that you are currently registered for. If a class does not have a grade yet, it will have a notation of CIP, which means course in progress. There's also then the one that says hold for grades. So let's say you want to send your grades after the end of spring semester. You could go ahead and request it now, and then just make sure you're clicking on the processing option of hold for grades. Then as soon as your grades are all submitted, that transcript will be sent. For those of you that have submitted your application for graduation and May is your application grade, you could also go in there and hold for degree. So as soon as the registrar has reviewed your records, has awarded your degree, your transcript will be sent. I would also encourage you to double check with the receiving and that they do accept electronic transcripts. For instance, like the nursing board does not accept electronic transcripts. They only accept paper copies. So make sure that the receiving end does accept electronic transcripts. And of course, I mentioned the 3 registrar. Feel free to reach out to any one of us if you have questions. We're excited that you're attending Eastern Iowa Community Colleges. My tip for you is don't be afraid to ask questions. The bad question is that question that you wanted to ask and never asked. The other thing, as Brandy mentioned, see us early and often. We are here to help you succeed. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for your time.